Sometimes I like in my art for things to be mysterious and just like I write a song and you don't need to know what it's about, but I have had a lot of people be like, what does Buffalo Traffic mean? What is Buffalo Traffic? Why do you use that name? And it's kind of funny because basically I like to travel, right? And I got a chance to go to India in 2014. I had been there as a teenager, and I have a friend there that was a CEO of a app development company in Hyderabad. And I'm not like exactly like some kind of engineer or anything, but I was taking some computer classes, and I was doing a lot of stuff on Fiverr in terms of marketing, and so I thought they were going to bring me in for marketing, but they brought me in more for project management, which I feel like was a little bit above my range. I felt a little bit like a fish out of water, but I enjoyed being there, and it was where I first bought my Bitcoin on Coinbase. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I don't know why. But anyway, the plan was I was just going to forget about making music and become this kind of like tech guy. But of course, who do I meet there? But I meet musicians, I meet filmmakers, I meet I gravitate towards the art people, right? I meet a guy who's like a Bollywood cinematographer. I meet a guy who records guitar for video games, and I'm playing guitar there. Somebody gave me a guitar there. I'm playing guitar. I'm writing songs. I wrote this song called "Beautiful Anger," and then a friend of mine, my friend Ravi, helped me record it in his studio, and then I call up my director friend, and he agrees to direct a video for me. So then, earlier than that, I was at a gym in Hyderabad, and I'm looking out the window, and I see a trail of buffalo in the streets. While I'm on, like, I think I was on a cardio, some kind of cardio machine, stair stepper type of thing, and looking out the window, and I'm listening to Clash. My friend Ocean put Clash on my, I had an iPhone 4 at the time, believe it or not. And I wasn't using the iPhone as a phone. I just used it to go on internet, and I had music on there. So I was listening to Combat Rock was the album I was listening to, and I was just like looking out at the buffalo in the traffic. And I said to this lady, I was like, why is there all these buffalo going through the traffic like that? And she's like, oh, every day around this time, they have to guide the buffalo. I think at like 2 or 3 o'clock, they have to take them to go get water to drink. And I was just like, what? It's so bizarre to me. But I don't know why, but the words Buffalo Traffic kept kind of like screaming into my brain. And I'm like, that's it. That's my band name. That's my band name, Buffalo Traffic. It was just like, it hit me so hard. Buffalo Traffic. Because I kept seeing buffalo around. And also, I had kind of a weird thing with buffalo because, like, my dad was a Vietnam veteran, and he used to talk about buffaloes, and he had this little, I think he had like a little buffalo statue or something. I don't know. Just I had this thing with, I would see the buffalo around India, and they were just so funny. They were just like roaming in the street, just hanging out, and I just liked them. I don't know. And then later, my friend Barney told me that buffalo was kind of like a slang for like if you're like a dumbass in Thailand, they call you a buffalo. So I don't know, but I don't really care. It's like whatever. Anyway, so Buffalo. So I make Beautiful Anger. I make the video for Beautiful Anger, and then I made a YouTube channel called Buffalo Traffic. But that video got taken down for some reason. And so I put up one for Buffalo Traffic Music. And I think the reason why it might have gotten taken down was because the city of Buffalo has a thing called Buffalo Traffic. There's actually like a Buffalo, like every city has a thing where it's like they're they keep track of their traffic, right? So Buffalo traffic. And I had no idea that if you would Google Buffalo traffic, what would come up was like how awful the traffic in the city of Buffalo, New York is. So it's just like this complete weird coincidence that I never really would have thought of. And then, like a few years back, I wrote this song called Beach Ghost. And I've been thinking about changing my band name to Beach Ghost, but I have a couple of friends that think that Buffalo Traffic is a really good name and that I should just keep it as Buffalo Traffic. So, I don't know. Beach Ghost is a song I wrote about a fictional ghost in Bodega Bay, where I'm from, and it has kind of like it's oriented from Hitchcock making movies in Bodega Bay, and there's kind of an intrigue and a sort of paranormal element to it, but also like the first and only time I took LSD was at a beach in Hawaii called Waipio, and this was in the year 2000. And I was with a friend of mine, and we came across a grave on the beach. And so I was just thinking there's probably like, ghosts on the beach, that kind of thing. Or also like, I was kind of thinking about how a lot of people love the beach, and a lot of people that get their ashes spread on the beach. And then actually a friend of mine passed away recently, and we spread her ashes on the beach too. And, or just some of the ashes. But a lot of people, like, they, it's like that's like their favorite place to be. So I feel like there's probably a lot of ghosts on the beach. So I was thinking of the name Beach Ghost, and then I realized there was some kind of duo called Ghost Beach. So then I didn't do it. I didn't use it because of that. But now they're not really around anymore, so I've been kind of thinking about using Beach Ghost. And that, I just can't. I think when I finally get my band all together, we'll have a powwow about it. Should we be Buffalo Traffic or Beach Ghost? So, when I'm in LA, I play with some different drummers there. And I really like playing with Logan, who is from Bellingham, Washington, but he lives in LA for good. He loves LA. I don't know if I really want to live in LA, so that's a little issue right there until like we could afford to just like fly out and meet each other for practices or whatever. But also he's super busy. He's in a lot of bands, and he's a singer-songwriter too. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I definitely want to have a band that like we start touring this and that, you know what I mean? Get my show on the road, all that. So